Descaras, erase him from existence. Right now! What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do want to have it on and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. It's all going according to cake. All according to plan. Chapter 7. And that's crazy, because literally in the last review called Chapter 17, my favorite chapter in the series so far. So this chapter continues that cooking streak. But Chapter 17 pretty much gave me exactly what I wanted. It gave me a fantastic moment for Ichi as a character, aka his insanity. Well, insanity? That's not how you say that word. His genuine, real, top-of-the-line, pure insanity and desire for the hunt. Beautiful. Gave me a fantastic moment for Descaras. Beautiful. Gave me great characterization for the World Hater Mashik, who still doesn't have a name. I wonder if we're going to get his name this chapter. Maybe chapter next? I don't know. Like, it really depends. Because I don't think Descaras is going to beat the World Hater Magic either. But I think we're actually going to get to see Descaras flex a little bit. That's the big difference, right? Ultimately, we got lore. We got statements. We ain't really got feats. I mean, to be fair, she was the one who beat down Ura. But we don't even have feats for Ura yet. We don't know how that man fights. We saw nothing. We just saw his foot on a mountain, which is admittedly pretty good feat. But still, that's all we saw. But now that we're here, now that it's time, now we're going to see the strongest witching creation get down and cook it. Oh, I'm excited. So let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into it. Into chapter 18, Descaras, the Abyssal Witch. That I also want to know. I want to know why she's called that. Like, is it the magic she captured? Is it her strongest magic? What is it? What is that's a band of that's a fire name. I'm sorry, which are you? Oh, the Abyssal Witch. Cooking in the studio. So let's see Descaras get cooking in the studio. I'm once again asking, Ichi-sensei, how old is Descaras? Please. I'm asking for a friend. Specifically a friend. Not me. Specifically a friend. But with I'm gonna keep waiting. I'm gonna keep waiting. I think volume 1 already dropped. I think it had to. We're on chapter 18. Or at least if it's not dropped, it's going to be prepared soon. So maybe we're going to get, like, omox or character things in that, like character details and bio details. Because I know Komugi's 15, Ichi's 15. We don't know the ages of any of the other characters. And I would, Descaras, if Ichi's 15, Descaras has to be, like, she gives mid-20s or early 20s because of the arrogance. But then again, I know people much older than their mid-20s that have the arrogance, or much older than their early 20s that have the arrogance. But something about it. But let's always do more time. Let's hop right into it. Interesting, man. And once again, I've been glazing Shiro-sensei like crazy, but it's something that I've discovered as I've tried. I forgot to fill you up before I started to record. And that was a massive mistake. It is a little bit toasty in my domicile right now. Where is it? There you are. Yeah, but I've been practicing the Ichi the Witch art style very specifically because I want to take pieces of it. And one thing I've noticed is that and who knows, maybe Shiro-sensei has assistants who do the patterning, but their pattern work is insane. Like just the look at this. Look at the detail here. It's ever. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. Where is the Descaras drawing? I ended up doing just this Descaras drawing that I ended up doing. Let me see. Boom. I did that. I'm now finally dating the time I do my artwork. I'm trying to do like a drawing a day, so I'm like consistently dating everything. But on the 7th, I was like, oh, I like chapter 17. Let me draw it. Bada bing, bada boom. And I whip this bad boy out. And the thing is, you see the design on her neck. That is really not accurate to the design she has. It's barely accurate at all. Why? Because the detail in these clothing patterns is insane. Now, is it consistent? I don't know. I actually haven't gone back and like studied to see if it's consistent or not. But still, that don't matter all too much because it's still insane. And it's almost every single. The only character who doesn't have too much of it is Ichi. But even then, he has weird patterns on him. And like his collar and stuff like that. So like, they're just like... Shiro-sensei, they're good, especially if they have no assistants. But then again, I think the only mangaka I know for a fact doesn't have assistants because he's literally insane is Nakaba Suzuki of the Seven Deadly Sins duology thing. Like, that's it. He's the only one I know that is actually zero assistants because he's a madman. But even still, assistants or not, the artistic quality of Nishi Sensei is not Nishi Sensei, Shido Sensei is through the roof and very hard to replicate. Gosh darn it, especially when you're a guy with a pencil who's just trying to like quickly sketch something out, and then you're like, oh, there's detail. Oh, there's a lot of detail. And if I don't include the detail, then it's gonna bother me. It won't bother anybody else. No one else. I highly doubt people are looking at this first page and being like, wow, look at all the detail in the like what the coattails of her dress. Like that's a random thing. But even I know for any of my people who are detail oriented, this doesn't even have to be in art, just in life. You know, there are certain things you do that wouldn't bother anybody else, or that wouldn't bother anyone else if they left it out, but it'll bother you. So you do it. That's how I feel. Especially when I'm trying to replicate an art style or an image one-to-one. Typically, if I'm doing my own art style thing, then I'm more than willing to sacrifice detail. My art style is very low detailed for a reason. But it's low because it's easier for me to draw. But whenever I'm replicating, I'm like, finally open the Sharingan a little bit wider. But let me actually open to chapter 18 of Descaras, the Abyssal Witch. My poor son. Oh, but that was the other thing. I'm happy Ichi got a job. I'm happy he got a job. All right, I know. I shouldn't be, but like, I don't know. I'm never really a fan of the overpowered main character. Never a fan of the main character who wins every single fight. I'm very partial to a character like Yuji Todori who takes L after L after L after L after L. I'm really a big fan of that. So seeing Ichi finally catch what realistically is his first in narrative L. Beautiful. Delicious. Possibly even scrumdiddlyumptious, if I do have to say so myself. But interesting. I thought the mutations faded at the end of the last chapter. It just looks like Shido Sensei didn't draw it last chapter. But interesting. He still has his mutations. So I wonder if Descaras is going to be able to undo that. Presumably, I highly doubt we're going to like have a mutated or warped Ichi for a while. But interesting. I still wonder what the warping and mutation even is. Out of the way. She cares. It's in her own way. She cares though. She's very specifically removing him for the. Oh man, but this guy is just full scale regenerated to be actually detonated. All right. So does this guy solo JJK? I'm waiting. Just give me one speed feat, one good speed feat. Just give me some high hypersonic stuff, or maybe not high hypersonic, like early series Maki. I know. No, leave the Mach 3 stuff alone. But like, give me one lightning time, just one lightning timing feat. Descaras? And I'm throwing you against all JJK. But let's see. Out of the way. Yep. That's interesting though. I wonder why he's so humanoid. No, because Uro isn't humanoid. I'm about to say, maybe like the longer Magic lives, the closer and closer it gets to humans, because it's technically the hunter species of the human and Magic dynamic. But no, because Uro is like not like I can't even say he's remotely humanoid. The man has wings, claws, feet. Like he's not humanoid at all. Let's see. Swat. But then again, it seems like the World Hater Magic is much older, or at least much more powerful than Uro, or at least they're in the tier where their abilities can affect each other. Like Uro, maybe if he was there himself, he would have tried fighting, but considering he was an Ichi, he wasn't. Like he was like, no, let's just not, because he knows that the World Hater Magic's ability could just dip him too. So let's see. Adrian Beck and John Hunt. You broke. Okay, I know. I'm not gonna give him that voice. Because he's too humanoid. He's too humanoid and not like big, bulky, looming humanoid. I'm not gonna give him that voice. I'll save that voice for like other characters, at least for this universe. Because I usually give that voice to characters who are really like big, hunky, hefty. But let's see. You broke through my barrier. You must be rather skilled. That actually is true. And it is interesting. So like, did she legit just brute force it? Or was that like a spell she used specifically to break barriers? Because notably, Descaras obviously being she says it here again, the world's greatest, most powerful witch, being the most greatest and powerful witch. She obviously has a wide variety of spells, but I wonder, like, is it gonna be, how do I put this? Is it gonna be a more Meliodas or a Merlin? AKA, what I mean is, in Seven Deadly Sins, the main character Meliodas, he has a pretty set regiment of spells. He occasionally pulls out something new and crazy, but like, after, I'd say, maybe a third of the way through the manga, Meliodas doesn't really get any new abilities. Like, after the end of the first arc, Meliodas' kit is basically the same. He gets evolutions of previous abilities, and then his final ability at the very end is just another ability that other characters have and a massive power-up. So, like, it's not really anything crazy. But Merlin, and Seven Deadly Sins, pulls out spell, after 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 spell, and I could keep going for, like, I think, like, 20 more spells. Not 20. That's too much. Maybe like 10 more spells. Because Nagama was just like, hey, she's the greatest mage in all Britannia. Guess what? She has this spell too. And this spell too. And this spell too. And I'm assuming Descaras is going to go more down that route. But also, I am very interested to see her general level of physical strength, because she does wield a rapier. So, like, presumably, she does have gains. It's just that we can't see them. Because, I mean, then again, I don't know. I've been going out to the gym, and my forearms are, like, the exact same size as they were before I started. Like, my biceps have gotten bigger. The general... Hold on. This is what happens when you use new tech. The bicep has gotten bigger, but I have no idea how, like, concretely train my forearms. So, like, maybe she's just really swole under there, and that's why the sleeves are puffy. Let's see. Just skilled? Nah. I'm the world's greatest, most powerful witch. Good to meet you. Oh, meet. Okay, so this isn't a case where they ran into each other before. So she may have just heard. Or maybe it's another thing where, like, the prophecy that was given, I think, like, 2 or 3 chapters ago, about, like, this land being destroyed, maybe she was told about that previously, went to go and stop it, but got there too late. So, like, she has a specific grudge against this guy, because he's like, hey, now people question if I'm really built like that, if I can take you, but you were just lucky to avoid me. I wasn't able to get there in an instant. I ain't got no teleportation magic, which is interesting. Once again, what does abyssal witch mean, though? Does it refer... Because abyssal always makes you think of the deep sea, like the abyss. And strangely enough, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the DLC, which I never even bought. But that being the case, that's what the abyss thinks of. But then again, there's also like the spatial abyss, the grand void that is a majority of the universe. So like, Descaras could have spatial magic. But then again, this guy seems to have spatial magic. So I don't know. We'll see. Most powerful. Oh, are those some of her magic stones? For all that, you're rather plain. Whoa! Insulting the fit is crazy. She ain't even got the hat on. Okay, admittedly. But no, once again, as a person who's drawn her, no. I mean, kind of. Well, actually, a majority of Descaras is fine to draw. It's that neck piece. It's that neck piece and anything under the coattails. That's when the detail, or any of the magic shows she does, like anything that is not the immediate detail, like her facial shape or head. But even then, her eyes have a lot of weird extra detail. I couldn't even replicate that on command. Like, I remember I couldn't even get her smile right. In fact, she wasn't smiling at the end of last chapter. She was kind of like, had a more neutral, angry look. But I couldn't even replicate that on the 07 drawing. So like, she's not really playing. And then again, nah, his fit kind of hard though. I gave his fit kind of hard though. But let's see. Excuse you? This is cutting edge fashion, thanks. Is it though? Now, once again, look at me. I want you to look at, do I look like I know anything about cutting edge fashion? I know I don't. There's no need to lie. Trust me, I know I don't. But still, really? I don't know. I mean, maybe the fit does go hard, and like, then again, this is probably set around in the time period where this fit probably would go hard. So, she's probably cooking. Let's see. 15. 15? So when, that's interesting. 15 years ago. So essentially at the same time where Ichi and Komugi were either just being born, hadn't been born, or just around that period. Because both of our other 2 main characters are also 15. Interesting. 15 years ago, a section of Polaris Mountain got warped out. I assume that was it. Yeah, assume. So like she has no, unless that section of Polaris Mountain is where she's from. She never met the guy. That's interesting. But then again, I guess it makes sense because this is apparently their first actual sighting of him. Which is so, I mean, obviously, you know, plot. He had to meet our main character. He's probably going to be one of our main villains, so naturally he has to appear now. But interesting that he went so long unnoticed, especially considering he presumably has been around since eternity, right? Like, he's probably as old as Ururo, considering how Ururo thinks about him. So, like, actually very impressive. But then again, he may just be more subtle. Not only would he blend in a lot easier because he's actually humanoid versus Ururo, who's like a giant, weird bird thing. He's cool, but like he's a giant weird bird thing. I guess, yeah, the World Hater Magic could just walk around, chilling, not talking to people, and just and wipe. Especially considering we don't know how long. Well, what? I think they said like half an hour, or like just a few minutes from now, this whole area will be warped out. So maybe that's the case. Let's see. Who knows? I don't recall which parts of where I've erased. But it's still interesting that he's calling it erasure. It still just genuinely seems like replacement stuff. Like I genuinely feel like he is replacing things with something else, or like mutating, like warping may make sense, because I always think of warping as in like warping out. Like if I were to rename teleporting, or say, oh, I have the ability to teleport, I can warp things anywhere. That means like I can take myself and put myself somewhere else. That's warping. But warping is also like disfiguring something, and that's when he said at the end of the last chapter, I'll warp you beyond recognition. I was like, oh, okay, so he's gonna change his physical form. But now he's saying erased, which doesn't seem to be like what you do. Even the like living creatures that you seemingly have there are just mutated. So erasing is interesting. Let's see. What? Did your kin die there? Oh, flat face. That's maybe. Because we don't have lore. That's the thing. 17 chapters deep, and we got 18 now. But 18 chapters deep, we barely have any lore on any of these characters. Even the lore we have of Ichi just raises more questions. Like, who's his family? Where did he come from? Why is he able to do what he's able to do? Lore for Komugi. Who's her family? Presumably of a high noble status. That's why they're disappointed in her ability to not use magic too much, but she can clearly use magic. So what's the lore behind that? What even is the lore behind the Witches Association? We have general lore about the history of humans and magics, but then again, that came from Uro, who was very specifically trying to gaslight girl. No, he was trying to gaslight girl boss and gatekeep Ichi from the actual Mantenal Witches Association. So we don't even know where that falls in terms of like the grand scheme of things. So I actually have no clue what the lore of any of this universe is, despite us having such a broad understanding of the universe and essentially endless opportunity. I'd say like this world is still perfectly set up to be a long running manga, bro. Obviously, I don't even think this guy's gonna be the final boss. Like, is that weird to say? Like, this could be a Mulan situation where ultimately he is the final boss, but like, something about it. Yeah, you don't give me them vibes just yet. Let's see. Revenge, anger, hatred, sadness. They're all worthless emotions. Everything vanishes into nothing eventually. But if you want to continue this fleeting, painful existence of yours, then try to stave off your imminent death, witch. I mean, interesting he calls revenge an emotion. I say it's more so now. Well, I guess you feel like you want revenge. So I guess I did. Why is my camera quality so low? I have to work on that. I also need to work on this hair. Grow in. Grow, gosh, like I'm glad the hairline has come back. Look at that. Look at the hairline recovery, dog. Look. Wait, peep that. Okay, it's still a little lopsided, but peep the hairline recovery. But look at this. I've left you alone for a month. It's been like no shave January, gosh darn it, and you're just refusing. You're refusing to just continue growing. I want to get full of beer. But all that being the case, revenge, anger, hatred, sadness. They're all worthless emotion. Everything vanishes into nothing eventually. Ultimately, it's weird, right? Because I'm also the scientist in me is like, he death of the universe. Free will doesn't exist. We're all destined to do certain things. Bada bing, bada boom. like just because we are a combination of all, like the scientist in me. And of course, I'm not just purely a scientist. I do also just have beliefs. So like, in a way, he's right. Everything will return to nothing. Everything gonna die. Including him eventually. Well, depending on if their universe also operates on death of the universe logic. If the universe isn't infinite, bada bing, bada boom. But like, still, it's those emotions and their fleeting nature that, in my opinion, give life value, right? Like, sure, nothing matters in the grand scheme of things because eventually you will die, but in fact, that's the paradox. Because you will die, everything you do matters. At least that's how I view it. That's how I view life in general, where I'm like, I may only have one. Especially even if like you believe in reincarnation. Typically, well, if in some like ideas of reincarnation, your soul stays the same, you are not. You won't be you ever again. The culmination of your physical, mental, spiritual, psychological being, even the context you were born in, you can take literally the same person and plop them in two different households, and they will turn out completely different people because we're that heavily influenced by our environments and stuff like that. So realistically speaking, you are never you again, even if you were to live another life, because everything would be different, and you by proxy would be different as humans are born in environments. So I do disagree. They are worthwhile emotions, and also they're emotions that can lead to great travesties. And mostly, yeah, I'm only mainly thinking on revenge. But let's see. You know what though? While Komugi is sweating in genuine fear, Shibadana looks oddly unfazed. Like, almost as if she's not buying it. Like I mean, Descaras is the strongest supposedly, but like, she doesn't even see. Like, she's just like, that's like the look my dad would give me whenever he saw me in a situation that looked rough, and he's like, I don't handle it. Like, I feel like everyone from their guard, or at least someone who trusts them, like everyone has gotten this look before, where you just look at them and they're just like there's no worry or concern there. So that's interesting. Let's see. Ooh, what is this though? What is this? What is that? Why does it look like its teeth? Let's see. Uh-oh. He's shivering though. What's happening? Whoa. Magic drop. What are they feeding you? Nishi? What are they feeding you, Shiro-sensei? What are they feeding you? What are they feeding you? What on earth? Once again, the design. Oh, do I glaze? How long have I been recording? I can't glaze too in depth, but what have they been feeding you? Why is it so pink? But what is this? This doesn't seem like Abyss. I wonder if this is a magic, or is it like a manifestation of her magical aura? Like, what is this? She's raising her sword, and then seemingly a whole bunch of light swords are forming around her. Ooh, okay. So it's these light swords that form around her. Ironically enough, they remind me of, like, Ludishell's light attacks. Sorry, I'm for some reason... Well, I've been thinking a lot about Seven since recently as prepared to do versus battles and stuff like that. But, like, I've been saying a lot of Seven Sin stuff, and even in other videos. But, interesting. The hands here also have this amazing design pattern. A lot of a bow motif though, very, very cloth-like. In fact, if anything, this looks like a veil. Yeah, especially here, like this definitely looks wholesale like a veil. Though interesting. I wonder if this is a magic or her own magic. Considering, like, we know there are both, and notably, one can wield magic without using a magic. So it's the case with Komugi. So that's interesting. Let's see. Oh, double. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, shoot him down. Iskandar. Whoa! If that's I mean, then again, no. It's hard to tell. It really is hard to tell, because we know that she typically does chant a phrase, like pierce through everything, Lazud. And I don't think that's her. I think it's her using a regular spell, because Ichi proceeds to copy that spell. So maybe this is just a manifestation of what Iskandar is as a magic, or this is one of her magics, considering it's like actually taking genuine physical form around her. And interesting. So it's veil built, but it also has these light swords that it can aim and fire. Very interesting. I mean, I guess. When were Spaghooters invented? I guess, but then again, obviously, you know, modern time. Like I always like link back. Well, again, ironically enough, I do this a lot in the Seven Sins reviews, especially in the early parts of Four Nights, the sequel series that I've been reviewing since the beginning. I'd be like, how do you know that? That word doesn't exist yet in your timeline. What do you mean you know the Nephilim? But, of course, different words, different context. Let's see. Shoot him down. Iskandar. Jeez. Did she one-shot all of them? That is straight, Ironside / Ludishell's attack. Oh, 6! Knocked. Golly. Even he's like, wait. It's like, wait a minute. I thought she was late. But that's, once again, it's very interesting. So this guy, he has so many interesting and different contexts about him. Number one, he is, in fact, a very powerful magic. Obviously. Look at his build. Look at his build. Look at his fit. Look at his build. Look at his style. Look at his title. All that. He's literally called the God Magic. Obviously, he's built like that. But he's not linked in the way the other magics are. And I wonder if that's intentional or accidental. Or if he's like, it's beneath me. I don't really care what you other magics do. But like, he had seemingly some sort of respect for Uro. Because he was like, hey, I'll let you leave. Like, I won't actively hold you here, dog. But I'm not going to stop just because you're here. So, like, clearly there's, like, some sort of respect in that sense. Where he's like, I won't erase you fully. But leave. So, like, there was that. But at the same time, he didn't know. And, like, even the Hisame Magic knew about Descaras. And Hisame Magic knew about Ichi. Both of which, well, obviously Descaras is a less recent development. She's presumably been, to gain the title of the most powerful witch in the world, presumably she's, like, sparred or even fought with the other associations or like that. So it to be such a wide thing that even magics know that she's the strongest. At the same time, they also knew about Ichi, who's a super recent development that no one's talking about. And the only magics who had seen it were Uro and Reika, who were both immediately captured after they'd seen it. So It's interesting that this World Hater Magic is so separated from the rest of his kin. I wonder if that's going to play a factor later. Let's see. Boom! Sheesh. Are all you older... Oh, so wait, does that imply Uro is deaf? Or some of her magic older? Let's see. Sheesh. Are all you older magics deaf? Darn, she got him by the throat? Wait, no. Oh no, she palms his face. That's even more... Honestly... There's something so innately disrespectful about, like, if I don't know about y'all, if you've ever had your face grabbed, and admittedly, I most of my memories coming from when I was much smaller, and like my older cousins or even like my parents would be like, "Stop it, boy," and they grab me by the face. But like, it is the most disrespectful thing you can do to a person. Like, like putting your hand on their dome and maneuvering it is the most disrespectful thing I think you can do. Let's see. Are all you older magics deaf? I told you, I'm the most powerful witch there is. Crash down, Alexander. Okay, so that seems to just be her own magic. Darn. There, once again, though, I'm more than happy for Descaras to actually be broken. I'm more than happy for it to actually be broken. We can take that. I see it. Golly. Boom. Alexander. That's an interesting spell, though, for just an power amp. But let's see. Crick, crack. Oh, sweet mother of mercy, she bisected him. What on earth? How on what? Descaras, what? I was asking what they were feeding Shiro-sensei, because Shiro Uzazaki. Nishi-sensei is the writer. I know that. I don't need to check that. But, Descaras, what are they feeding you? Where did you come? Who was on that mountain? Let's see. I mean, come on. Seriously? Using a spell you already lost with once again? Talk about dissing a girl. Jerk. Interesting. I did not realize her hair ended like that. That's an oddly haunting way for that. What does anyone else like? Is anyone else slightly? That looks like a freaky, almost not eldritch, but like monstrous hand for her hair to end in. Like, I'd get it if it was more like braid like, but that seems just interestingly styled there. Especially considering how the way the rest of her hair is styled. Let's see. I lost. Oh. Okay, so the spell she's referring to is this one. But then again, Ichi didn't really stop it. Let's see. I lost. Yeah, just a second ago. Duh. To that snot-nosed Pharisee. Descaras. Leave my son alone, alright? He may be insane. He may have problems. And that's about it. Leave him alone. He's doing his best, got started. But he is a little... Oh, but yeah, interesting. So the warping, that's the thing. I think the warping or the erasing is just a form of biological manipulation, which is admittedly, but then again, it works on rocks. Do rocks have biology? I don't think so. They don't have veins. But essentially, unless Descaras' magic or healing bubble or whatever here is so advanced that it's actually like undoing spatial warping, I think what the World Hater Magic does is literally just mutate living matter. Maybe it's different for inorganic matter, though. Maybe the inorganic matter gets warped out, while the... Then again, we've seen houses warped away. And houses, or at least presumably during this time period, are made of inorganic, or made of organic matter, such as wood and trees and stuff like that. But maybe all living organic matter is just mutated beyond its initial appearance, and that's why Descaras is able to undo it. But even then, being able to casually undo biological manipulation while she's fighting somebody else is very impressive. So that snot-nosed feral kid. I need an age, bro. There's so many things I want to say, but I need an age, bro. I'm not risking it. There's so many things. Oh, let me stop. But once again, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the detail in this. This detail's okay. You can see, I tried it first to get that middle part down right here. I tried, but I was like, I am not doing all this. I am not doing all this. Ah, my word. Sensei. What Shiro Sensei? What do they feed you? Let's see. Look at you, the World Hater Magic itself. And that newbiest of new... It's so... I mean, in settings like these, it's still always weird, at least to me, to hear, like, modern slang and modern talk. Let's see. And the newbiest of new witches with his whole whopping 2 spells had you shaking in your back. Talk that talk. Okay, talk that talk. Terrified that he might actually get you someday. Weak. Okay. She is talking mad spooky, But he was. But then again, that's the one thing I did like about the World Hitamashi. He had to grab his own neck and be like, whoa. I'm actually like enjoying this a little bit. Like he did. He had a little bit of that fever, right? So like he was enjoying himself. Once again, I don't think Ichi was in any actual damage, and I do agree. While this guy's obviously devious, nonsense. I do agree. Like that's a little. I don't think he's worried. But then again, she may be right in terms of might actually get you someday. As in, like, not right now, but clearly he has the potential or a potential to do something devious to the World Hitamachi in the future, which is obviously, like, foreshadowing. Once again, I don't think, if anything, I see the World Hitamachi just leaving. Like, escaping, be like, I don't really want to deal with this right now. I'm gonna dip. Let's see. Golconda. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Oh, my... You know what? My brain... had a horrific jump scare for one, but for two, I was about to scream. Like I don't know about how y'all thought processes work, especially thought process relevant to speak. But of course, I talk a lot, if you can tell. But my brain went, oh, Avatar, Ko the Face Stealer. That's not, at least the facial design isn't Ko the Face Stealer. Maybe the body type, even the body type is a little bit different because it's so smooth. Ko the Face Stealer was an insect. The Wan Shi Tong. He who knows 10,000 things. That's what this reminds me of, ironically enough. And even then, that's interesting. It's forcing him to speak too. Very interesting. Oh, to put him in a chair. Neat detail. But interesting. What is the trial? Wait, no. Let me see if I can do. I need to figure out how to do like filters and stuff like that, and the way that I'm doing things. I need to figure that out. Let's see. What is the trial? To acquire you. Speak. My oh wow, so interesting. Let me guess, he's gonna like fight back against that, because so you can resist. So that's that's not a universal rule. The only time a Magic is gonna give you his trial is if it feels like it. That's actually kind of broken. That's because they're basically immortal. So like that's the thing. Unless you can force your trial out of them, like at least based on Descaras literally making him explode last chapter and him just regenerating. Like a Magic that won't tell you its trial is absurd. It's actually insane because you just can't put them down. And like, have we seen a Magic get tired? We've seen Magics get knocked out, but that's mainly because Inazori was a wolf-based Magic. So I wonder if like, will they like go to sleep? And even then, if you restrain it, what stops it from breaking out if it's powerful enough? Let's see. Oh darn. All right, so once again, look at that. It looks like a. But then again, this is a Magic. I assume it has fundamentally different biology than what humans would have. Oh, he killed it. Oh, you actually fought back that time. Golconda is a spell. So that's a spell? Interesting. I thought that was a Magic. Let's see. Golconda is a. Then again, whopping 2 spells. So, the Isame Magic and Inazori. So technically, I guess magics are spells in this universe. I thought they would just teach spells or grant spells, but no, technically, by changing a Magic's name, you can invoke it as a spell. So, Golconda, let's see, what are the other ones she used? Maybe even Alexandra, but then again, I just don't see a Magic here. So maybe this is just like generic regular Magic like Lazoud, but Golconda and then Iskandar, they're likely actual Magics that Descaras has captured, and now it's just forced them into spell form. But then again, I do wonder, did he actually just kill Golconda? Does Descaras no longer have access to that Magic? Because I don't think she knows that his abilities can actually work on Magics and like fully erase them. But is it because now that it's contracted to Descaras, essentially, does that mean it can't die? Like, until Descaras dies, it will be immortal, even if it's biologically warped like this. Let's see. Interesting, though. He seems angry, but relatively undamaged and unbothered. And these heals are crazy. Let's see. Fought back that time. I will get your acquisition trial out of you, no matter what it takes. Okay. So yeah, it looks like once, because this is a Magic Stone. What looks like once a Magic is captured by a witch, even if something that could be, but then again, no, because Uro says he could be erased. But maybe he means Ichi dies, and then he's popped out, and then he gets erased? But that's interesting. Even though he biologically warped this Magic, unless this explosion here is meant to indicate Descaras desummoning it herself, the Magic Stone, while this doesn't get destroyed or shattered or anything, it just comes back to her. Interesting. Her, unlike Ichi, who had Inazori built into his weapon, his wand, her magic stones just seem to float around her. Or at least this one and this one. Let's see. I will get your acquisition trial out of you, no matter what it takes. But since I've got you here, let me experiment a bit. Let's see what works, what doesn't, and what you hate the most. She is completely unrelated, but considering Furin's on break, I've already been yapping for a little bit, and there's Ichi the Witch, so I feel the most, like, casual and free about, like, yapping during these things. My character, my original character for Frieren, has a very similar philosophy when it comes to dealing with demons in that universe. His name is Ario, and very specifically, unlike Frieren, who's the Slayer and has slain the most demons in history, even more than Sede, apparently, my character studies demons, breaks down their biology, has been researching them and their magic, has legit been dissecting and analyzing demons, healing them, and destroying, like, straight monstrous, but still that scientific analytic nature that Descaras is showing right here, the desire to figure out everything she can about the Isami magic, or not the Isami magic, the world hidden magic, and even test her abilities. Or test its abilities. I like that. Let's see. I said you were plain. I retract that statement. Oh, okay. I'll admit though, it's still hard. Let's see. Witch, how many magics have you acquired? I mean, so far, we know Togai's just got her 17th with the Kindake magic. I believe she had 16 or 17? She either got her 17th or 18th. I'm pretty sure she was in the double digits, but not that high into the double digits. Let's see. How many magics have you acquired? Who knows? Lost count. Wait, she's lost count. But how many do we have here? Because presumably these are all magic stones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I already count that? We'll count. Let's say I counted that. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I just counted 23, but even then, that may be 24. And I'm probably missing a couple or overestimating. But she clearly has more than Togai's. And if she truly has a lost count, she's unstoppable. She's her. Oh, she's so good. And I'm not gonna say it because I don't know her age. We'll wait on that one, G. Descaras age would be like 25. Please. But darn, lost count. Aw, were some of them your friends? Whoopsie. I'm sorry. Oh, I love her, dog. Oh, I love her. Put me in the manga. Okay, let me stop. Let's see. And Ichi's recovery. But then again, is he cooked? Like, we're not seeing Ichi again, right? He's knocked out for 3 days. Unless her healing magic accidentally wakes him up. But even then, I doubt that. It's like, we may not get Ichi for a little bit. I mean, if we're going to get more of Descaras versus the one-hit magic, I ain't complaining. This is delicious. Scrumily umptious. Obviously, I don't think we're going to see either of them go all out here, though. I think either the one-hit magic is going to retreat, because it's like, I do not want to deal with you right now. And I'm way too concerned about you witches figuring out the way to acquire me. It's really if it's something like, I wouldn't be shocked if the reason he's so hesitant is because since due to his age or his power, like, his trial is actually relatively simple and not too interpretive. Like, notably, Uro, despite being an extremely powerful magic, had a relatively simple trial. Kill him. like stab and break his heart. But of course, they had the extra stipulation, they had to be a man to do it, which obviously made it really, really difficult. But I wouldn't be shocked if the world hidden magic, due to his ancientness, is also relatively simple. And he's like, I can't let you know that, because if you know that, you'll just get me, and that'll be too easy. So maybe that's it. But overall, ooh, that felt good. W chapter. If you made it all the way to the end of this review, please do me a favor and leave lost count. That's a bar. How many magic have you captured? A lot. A lot, baby. That's all how many I captured. Leave lost count in the comment section down below. And then thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you're going to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions to whatever the series I have to review, and free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That with a Pencil, writing off.